Howdy folks, it's Adriel the Hunting Gear Guy. This is the Volquartsen Evolution. This is a 223 centerfire semi-auto from Volquartsen, who you probably know from all of their 1022 parts and kits and firearms that they make. This is, I think, their first centerfire semi-auto, and it's got a really interesting system. It's actually like reminiscent of the SVT-40 and the way that the gas system works, but very cool centerfire target rifle. Now, just before we go too far, I just want to make sure that we're clear. There's nothing in the magazine and there's nothing in the barrel, so why don't we take a closer look at this thing. Now, just starting with the stock on this thing, we've got this fantastic pepper laminate. Looks really great, very sturdy, and unlike just like a regular wood stock, these laminates are better at resisting warpage in moisture and that kind of thing. So very durable stock. We've got a very basic rubber butt pad. With the weight of this rifle, there's not really any recoil anyways, so you don't need like a big fat squishy recoil pad, and this rubber guy on the back here is fine. We've got a very high cheek swell on here, and this is because this rifle is intended to be used with optics. You're not going to be shooting irons with this thing. That would be a waste. Up towards the middle, we've got this fantastic trigger here. I'm just going to show you guys the action on it. So with action forward, safety's off. Oh, I wish I could just pull that from the other side. Here, let me see if I can snake my left hand over there. And just check out the over travel and pre-travel on it. Not really a lot on either, right? So very great trigger on this thing. Again, no pre-travel, very little over travel. Very great trigger on it. We've got an integrated rail system along the top here. That's built into the receiver, so very solid there. No need to get bases because you've already got a rail machined into it. Just towards the bottom here on controls, we've got a basic cross bolt safety. Oh, it's not going to work if I've got, there we go, if I don't have the hammer cocked, but there's the safety on, and there's the safety off. So we do have that colored indication saying that our safety is off. So there's our safety, and you just saw me use the magazine release just up here. That's basically exactly where it would be on an AR. So, well, exactly where it would be on the magazine. It's actually quite a bit forward on the grip here, so you do have to break grip to pull this thing off. Again, from the bench or even when you're hunting, that's not really going to be a big concern. You don't need something, you don't need to like crowd the area towards the trigger here with a bunch of controls. One thing that I really like on this rifle is the bolt. With a lot of, especially with ARs, one of the risks with very slowly easing the bolt forward is that it won't lock into battery. This thing just, you can't hardly feel it going into battery. It uses almost like an AR 180B style bolt, which is to say that the bolt has a couple of recoil springs towards the rear here, and it's got a rotating head. If I could just show you that right there, just like an AR-15. So very similar to that. Now, the gas system isn't like an AR-15. The gas system that's underneath here is closer to an SVT-40. If you look through there, you'd actually see similar to like a gas cup. Now, when I say SVT-40, I don't mean like SVT-40 like a military rifle. I mean, it's got a cup and it's got a piston, and that's where kind of where the similarity ends. It's got a couple of really finely machined sleeves that hang on to that rod system that's going back towards the rear. And that rod system actually pokes in just on the side of the bolt here to knock it towards the rear. So great system on that side of things. Shouldn't need any maintenance because you know, we're not, unlike the SVT-40, we're not showing corrosive ammo out of this thing, right? And then towards the front, we've got this, I wouldn't say it's like a muzzle brake, but muzzle device that's just kind of like shrouding the barrel on the front here. Looks really great, and I don't even know if this camera's, oh yeah, I can pick up the line a little bit here. I was actually looking at another Volquartsen Evolution, and that one was so close you could even tell where the muzzle device ended and the barrel began. But this is very nice. It's very similar OD here. Well, it is the same OD. And it looks like basically all one continuous piece. So great looking barrel as well. Now, one part I missed on the bottom here, you see this little button here? That's actually a bolt hold open. So if your magazine is empty and you rip it to the back here, it'll automatically hold it open. But if you need to, I don't know, just hold it open, maybe put a chamber flag in there or something like that, all you need to do is pull it to the back and then push that button in, and then it'll hold that bolt to the rear. Just talking a little bit about the bolt release here. The bolt release, there is none. You just pull back on the bolt and let go. So if you've emptied a magazine and the bolt is held to the rear, put your new mag in with ammo in it. All you do is grab onto the charging handle there and let go, and it'll strip around and keep firing for you. Don't ease it forward. This is the same to go with any semi-auto, really. Don't like slowly ease it forward on your round. Just like bring it to the rear, let it rip, let it drop, and let it slam forward, because that's really what this semi-auto is doing anyways when it's operating, right? So if you do that, it'll operate just fine. So now that we've kind of had a chance to take a look at the action on this thing, what's it like to shoot? Well, it's pretty heavy. This is a pretty beefy target rifle. So it's not really something that you would use for, I don't know, shooting while standing. While it is very steady, it is kind of hard to hold up. But if you wanted to go hunting coyotes with this thing, this will ride bags really well. So it could shoot long range. And with the accuracy on it, you're definitely going to make your hits. And the semi-automatic nature of it is going to allow you to make a couple of hits. So if you got a couple of coyotes, you'd be able to take a couple out. Or if you just want to target shoot, like this is also a pretty great rifle for that. Nice heavy barrel, great ergonomics on it, and on the bags, it feels amazing because it is very solid, a very solid 223 rifle, right? It doesn't really move, and I think the other great thing about using this thing on the bench is that the bolt on it is just so slick. There's just not really a lot going on there. It's just very smooth, very nice going in there. It feels like a really high quality rifle. The controls up here, this is not made to run and gun. You're not going to win any 3-gun competitions with this thing. The magazine release is pretty far forward, right about here, and fine for the bench. Not really the thing to use if you're going to run and gun, but this isn't the gun for that either. It's very simple cross bolt safety. Again, that thing feels great as well. So if you're on target and getting ready to shoot, it just feels really nice. It feels really solidly machined in there, so not a crappy plastic trigger or anything like that. And speaking of the trigger on this thing is also incredible. They come from the factory tuned and ready to roll, and they are very light and crisp. I mean, Volquartsen's been doing really great triggers on 1022s and that kind of thing for a while, and the trigger on this Evolution is fantastic as well. So again, just a real quick one. If you're looking around for a 223 semi-auto that's very accurate and something that you could use for busting coyotes further out and that kind of thing, take a look at the Volquartsen Evolution. And just before I go, thanks again to Sylvester's Source for Sports for lending this firearm for my review. Thanks for watching.